Well, good morning. This is David Combe with the CBS AM debrief this Thursday, the 7th of October, just coming up to 9 a.m. here. And the US action, we saw the US ADP unemployment, or employment numbers rather, unexpectedly drop 39,000 in September. So this saw certainly the S&P 500 move down slightly, along with the NASDAQ. However, the Dow was up fractionally, largely on the back of the General Electric results that saw it move up a good few percent. Let's take a look at exactly what those indices did come in at. So that was 22 up for the Dow, 0.78 down for the S&P 500, and 19 down for NASDAQ. Europe was fared a little bit better, and there was some numbers out that were pretty much on the money. We'll go through those in a minute. But the FTSE was up 0.81, the CAC 0.88, and the DAX 0.88 as well. So all moving up pretty much in step with each other there. Of course, yesterday here we had a really good close, up nearly 80 points. The Hang Seng was up 241, and the Nikkei up 172. Let's move now to have a look at what the futures are suggesting the markets in our region might open up. And we're looking at the SPI, fairly more muted response, up 6 to 4,705. The Hang Seng up 220, and the Nikkei down just 20. Take a look now at our commodities, with crude continuing to grind high here, up another 55 cents to 83.37. Coffee was up 175.55. Corn 488.5. Cotton 99.75. Oats 351.5. That was down 1.25. Rough rice 12.705, up 0.205, and soy at $10.62 is down 9.75 cents. Wool at $9.40 is even, and I think I missed out on sugar there, 23.54, and wheat at 6.58 Copper at 376.40, up 3.75, so good showing there. And gold pushing relentlessly high here, nearly crossing that 1350 mark. That was up nearly $10 on the day. And silver at 23.19 was up 0.45. Our currency pairs, the euro is buying 1.3937 US dollars, the pound 1.5893, the US dollar was buying 82.92 yen, and the Aussie is buying 97.77 Aussie, and US dollar is buying 1.0113 Canadian and 0.9613 Swiss francs. Take a look now at what exactly happened overnight, and that was that US ADP employment change for September. The forecast was for 20,000, previous was 10, but the actual was negative 39, and so that took a bit of steam out of things there, so a bit of a surprise number. Coming in today we've already had some Canadian IB Purchasing Managers Index, which looks like it's come out as a reasonably good number, and the forecast 62 and the previous 65. Then later on this morning, we've got unemployment numbers coming out locally, with the forecast at 20,000 and the previous at 39,000. The full time for September is expected to be 53 and negative 22 for part-time, and the unemployment rate is expected to stay steady at 5.1. Later on this afternoon, we've got some GDP industrial production, year-on-year and month-on-month data, and then some German industrial production. English rates decision expected to remain at just 0.5%. Followed by Eurozone rates decision as well, around 9:45 our time. And I just want to go back to those couple of numbers last night that came out of Europe that I think were probably fairly supportive of the markets there in terms of sort of steady as she goes, with GDP coming out right in line with expectations at 1%, year-on-year 1.9, and so nothing to sort of rock the boat there. Okay, so we'll move on now and have a look at what's happening in the Falcon Trader. And I just thought, having read something in the week the other day about comparison with gold and, of all things, the Nasdaq in the run-up from 98 to, of course, the tech wreck, and that's it there. And I'm not seeing a huge similarity there, other than that things moving from bottom left to top right. But I guess we'll see if ultimately if that analogy bears fruit. But there are a couple of other interesting comments here. One was just with regards to the smart money already being out of gold. Well, that's probably not really the case, given that John Paulson has nearly $4 billion invested in gold, and George Soros has $650 million, and that's been at a time during the last 2 years where money managers have suggested that gold is overvalued. In that time, it's rallied from $850 to where it is today at near $13.50. And then the other myth about gold is a haven, when in fact gold lost more than 4/5 of its purchasing power from 1980 to 2000, and lost more than a third of its value during the global financial crisis. Just thought there were a couple of interesting things there that I would share with everyone. Okay, let's move on and have a quick look at the Aussie dollar here. So we're on a weekly chart, which is a little bit further out than we probably want to be looking at. We had that little blip the other day on the RBA announcement, but we seem to have shaken that off pretty quickly on the back of some of the positive responses and quantitative easing that we've seen this week. So continuing to march higher, and I guess as we get more indication that the RBA decision was simply put on hold and not put away, this trend will continue up here. Take a look at the local index, and as we saw there a moment ago, the SPIs are suggesting a small rise this morning. This 4,700 level continues to be the challenge to break through it. Just seeing what else stands out here to have a look at. Well, I think that's about it for me today. Thanks as always for your attention, and happy trading, and we'll speak again soon. Bye-bye. Bye for now.